How's everyone doing? Today I have a package in the mail and it is from HorrorPack. And if you don't know what HorrorPack is, it's a monthly subscription-based service that will send you 4 horror Blu-rays or 4 horror DVDs depending on what you choose. And I think this is an awesome service right here. For a while there's been different horror-based subscription services, and I remember for years I was like, there should be a horror movie subscription-based service, and there is. They've been around for a while, but I believe they really deserve way more recognition and love. One of the things that I really like about HorrorPack is they don't just send you a lot of mainstream stuff. They'll send you obscure titles, lesser known stuff, and a lot of times they'll have like steelbooks in here. They've had some autograph stuff, and they have HorrorPack exclusives, which means you can only get these releases through HorrorPack. So I think that is awesome. But let's go ahead and check to see what is in this month's HorrorPack. And they send them out at the end of each month. And I've purposely avoided seeing other videos and other posts because I want to be surprised. And also another thing, it's a small thing, but I appreciate it. They put a bubble mailer inside of the box, so it's like extra protection. I definitely appreciate that. I've gotten some subscription-based services where it's just in something like this, which I feel is decent enough, but sometimes it could get a little damaged, and that's not the case here because it's extra protection. But alright, let's pull these out one by one, and it'll be a surprise for each of us. If I can pick this out right here without looking. Alright, first one up, Some Kind of Hate. I have heard of this one. I actually had a chance to review this through RLJ, but I missed the cutoff period for it. So I've not checked it out, but I've wanted to check it out. So again, this is one that I feel is a little bit more obscure, lesser known, and I don't have it in my collection. And I have a pretty big horror Blu-ray collection. I have 2 bookcases right here, and I got like piles all around me, which you can't see. I've got 9 bookcases in total. You only see like the 2 behind me, but 9 total. And they're all like 6.5 feet tall. They're from IKEA. Everybody asks what my bookcases are. They're called the Billy bookcase model. They're the long and tall model. But anyways, I digress. This is about a kid named Lincoln who's getting bullied, and he goes to a remote school for troubled teens, and then he's bullied there. And there's the spirit of a teenage girl who committed suicide. She was driven to commit suicide by vicious bullying many years ago. And he, I guess, summons the spirit unintentionally, accidentally it says, and I guess basically she unleashes vengeance. So kind of an anti-bullying horror movie, it sounds like. I dig it. The girls look attractive on there. Well, she looks a little scary right there, but that girl right there and these other girls right there. That's always a selling point. I remember, I say that sometimes. Obviously, they're actresses. They're going to be attractive, but as a young horror fan, it was, boobs and blood. As a young kid growing up, I was like, yes! Who doesn't love a good blood and boobs B-movie? So yeah, I mean, obviously my tastes have cultivated over the years, and I like some horror movies with a little bit more depth to them, and not just that, but when I was a young kid growing up, it definitely drew me in. I could still appreciate that today, as long as it's done well, and it's not just that, but I do appreciate some attractive actresses and some good gore effects too. So hopefully this has both of those. From the back it looks like it, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out. But I still appreciate that every now and then, a cheesy fun one. So if there's some attractive girls in there and some good gore, I'm all for it. It could be a selling point, but this one looks violent. That's what it says. There's violent, right there, vicious and violent over there, all kinds of blurbs about that. So looking forward to checking that one out finally. And next up, well, what do we got here? We've got a Misery, a Scream Factory release with a slipcover. That is pretty amazing. They have had a couple other Scream Factory titles in the past, and that is super cool. This is a classic. This is pretty amazing. I love this film. Kathy Bates as Annie Wilkes is just amazing. I love the snowy setting. It's one of my all-time favorites for the snowy setting. Let me know what your favorite horror movie is with a snowy setting, besides John Carpenter's The Thing and The Shining. And this is directed by Rob Reiner and based on a novel by Stephen King. One of my favorite adapted Stephen King movies as well. He's done tons of great stuff. So many ones that are underrated too. And a couple of underrated Stephen King adapted movies that I think deserve a Blu-ray release are Storm of the Century and The Night Flyer, which I always love the ending to The Night Flyer and the ending to Storm of the Century too. That was a mini-series. But I love both of those ones, and I definitely consider them to be more underrated Stephen King adapted movies. And I can't believe they don't have Blu-ray releases yet. Somebody get on that quickly, ASAP. Let me know what you think are some underrated Stephen King adapted movies. And actually, speaking of, I got right here in front of me too. I'm going to do another update coming up soon. The Maximum Overdrive Vestron video release right there, which was for me a fun one. Another Stephen King adapted one, and he has a quick cameo in this too. But always love that. Stephen King everywhere. Yeah, a lot of times people will sell the Scream Factory slipcovers for more money than the Blu-ray itself, which is crazy to me. But I'm happy to have this edition. I have right over here, because there's my horror Blu-ray collection next to me. I have the old school Blu-ray for it, and I wasn't planning to upgrade it because a lot of times the special features are the big selling point, or the packaging. And a lot of times with some of the special features, there's like 2 new interviews in here, and there's a new restoration. But a lot of times like the transfers aren't too much of a difference. For like Trick or Treat and a couple other ones, Sleepwalkers, the difference was not really worth the upgrade in my opinion. But this one I'm happy. I mean, I don't have to make the decision. I do like the cover art, so that is pretty cool. Newly commissioned cover art right there. And let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Whoop. But yeah, I'm actually really excited for that. That is awesome. And if anybody wants to do a trade for my old release for that, let me know. Put that off to the side. And yes, oh yes. That slipcover, brand new smell right there. All right, and let's see, because a lot of times they'll do reversible artwork. Yes, they have. Well, first of all, I love that disc artwork right there, and then they do have the old school poster artwork, which I'm gonna reverse right now because we got the slipcover, so we can see some new artwork. I love that old school poster artwork. Again, just makes me think of the film and being out in the snow. I love it. There needs to be more snowy setting horror movies. I always wanted to see a Friday the 13th snowy horror movie because I live in Jersey. The first Friday the 13th was shot in Jersey, and it snows in Jersey. So make it happen, somebody. So a really nice Scream Factory Collector's Edition Blu-ray. Let me know what you would like to see Scream Factory release in the future and what your favorite Scream Factory Blu-ray release is. I can't wait to see more collector's editions from them. I do love a lot of their collector's editions. The artwork choices, special features, transfers, all that good stuff. It's a complete package for physical media collectors. Again, like I nitpick here and there about the re-releases, but I still love what they do as a company. One of the best out there for horror fans. But very happy for that, for the Scream Factory release. This does have, again, a new 4K restoration and 2 new interviews and a bunch of special features right there. So that is pretty cool. And next up is a HorrorPack limited edition Blu-ray for President's Day. Hail to the Chief, or he'll hack you to pieces. Yeah, I remember Cool Duder, I believe, was in this movie. I remember him talking about it years ago. It's, I guess, students at Lincoln High are buzzing about who's going to be class president. But then a psycho dressed as Abraham Lincoln starts hacking up the students. Oh, that's great. You know what's actually interesting? There's a little tie-in. Lincoln High, and then in Some Kind of Hate, the main character, his name is Lincoln. So unintentional tie-in, Lincoln everywhere. Lincoln, Lincoln, Lincoln. Lincoln Logs. But yeah, this is looks like it's going to be a low-budget high school slasher movie with somebody dressed up as Abraham Lincoln killing people. I dig that concept. I'm hoping for a cheesy, fun time with it. And one of the things I do like about the HorrorPack exclusives is if you collect them all, you can line them up because they're numbered on the spine. And this is number 32. So I can't wait to check this out. Good stuff. And congratulations to Cool Dude, or Sean C. Phillips, on the back right there. I believe this was pre-weight loss. So he lost a lot of weight, and I think that's a huge accomplishment. And next up is The Violent Kind, which I have talked about briefly before. I thought this one was kind of a underrated, interesting concept, genre blend horror movie about this motorcycle gang. Kind of reminds me of like Sons of Anarchy a little bit. And they're like basically having a party at this cabin in the woods, kind of like very secluded. And then crazy stuff starts happening. One of the girls in there comes back all bloody, and then they see these like kind of other people that are, I guess, like kind of older, and they're coming in the house, and it's really bizarre, but I love the twist that happens with it. I thought it was pretty cool and pretty unique. Tiffany Shepis is in this too, who I think is absolutely stunning, a great scream queen. And this is directed by the Butcher Brothers, who, the best things I think they did, I really enjoyed Hamilton's, and they did the Thompsons. With Hamilton's, I liked a lot. What does it say on here? Yeah, she's drenched in blood, unrelenting, wild, unpredictable. Yeah, I remember this one being very interesting. It's low budget, but I always remember enjoying it. So looking forward to revisiting this one. And Butcher Brothers right there. So there you go. Those are the 4 horror Blu-rays from HorrorPack. Let me know what you think of them, if you've seen them, and which one is your favorite. It's got to be Misery. That's hands down right there, obviously. But I think this is cool. Again, a bunch of ones that I didn't have in my collection. And I don't have to, I was talking about I didn't plan to upgrade. Now I can. It's right there. I don't have to think about it or do it. And if anybody wants to trade for the old school release, let me know. In fact, let me just show you what there's a lot of bonus features in here too. It's a 2-disc edition. Blu-ray DVD combo pack. No interior artwork or anything like that. But I dig it. So that's pretty cool. I love the Scream Factory releases. A lot of times I do complain about the re-releases from them, but they do a great job with the releases overall, especially some of the new transfers. Again, some of the transfers, not really too much of a difference, like Trick or Treat, Sleepwalkers, a few others. But other ones like John Carpenter's The Thing, when they re-released, first of all, their collector's edition was awesome. I had to get that one anyways, even though I have a million editions of it. It's my all-time favorite movie. There's the Japanese reproduction poster of it right there. But the new Steelbook re-release for it with the new 4K transfer was amazing. Incredible. It was like watching a brand new film. So even though I'm a little critical, they do an amazing job. They've released some awesome box sets, and I want them to release more films that don't have a previous Blu-ray release coming up. But sometimes there are ones that deserve new transfers. So I'll be checking out the new transfer, and I will let you know how different it is from the old one. But there we go. HorrorPack. And I'll put a link down below for them too. I'm pretty souped on this. I'm excited to check out Some Kind of Hate and President's Day, and revisiting both of these ones, especially checking out the new transfer from Misery. So, I'm kind of exuberant about that. That's kind of made my day right there. I'm souped on it. Let me know on those comments down below. Give me some recommendations for underrated slashers too. I'm going to do a video for that coming up soon. I want your feedback on it. But leave me those comments down below. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care.